Today I'm going to talk about my job as a 9 to 5 IT developer. I've been in this industry for the past 3 years, and since then I've gained a lot of experience and I want to share with you. I'm going to divide this video into few parts. Let's start with the first part, which is pay. And you are getting paid quite well. I'm going to talk more about the position where I am as a developer, not as a manager. And I'm from Slovakia, so I will provide costs and payrolls within Slovakia region, because I don't know what it's like living in the US, but I know that in the US you can get quite well paid, but I'm not there. So in Slovakia, you are being paid above average. Your pay is above average almost all the time. Here, the average the average monthly salary is around 1,100 euros, something like that. So you're probably going to earn more than that. But there is always a catch. It depends where you work and who is your boss and what company you are working for. If you are working for a big company like the sharks, the corporate firms, then you can expect the base, it's some kind of a basic salary that is in a competitive range between other big companies. And when you want to get paid more, the possibilities are quite low. You have to spend way too much time in this company, like you have to spend years, so you get promoted and afterwards your pay will rise. And there is another option. You are exceptionally great in this work you are doing, and with that you will earn probably more, but that depends on the position you are in and also on the opportunities and on your boss, because your boss can really slow you down, like really drastically. So those are three conditions, and there is another one, which is a technology you are focusing on. For example, here now, when you are a ServiceNow developer, you are going to be overpaid as AF, like extremely well paid as a ServiceNow developer. But when you are, for example, a classic software developer doing C#, C++, classic programming languages, you are going to be paid above average. For example, 1,700 euros, not considering the tax deduction a month. And that is not great, especially when you have a master's degree, but that's life. And your monthly salary will rise once you put in the months, years into your CV. If you are interested more into the financial details, I can make a separate video. So comment down below and I will probably share my own financial stats. But for this video, I'm not going to. Let's continue with the second part of this video, which is time. This job is not that time consuming as most people think. We probably heard other IT developers struggling or complaining that, oh my god, I spent 10 hours working on my computer, oh my god, that's so difficult. Yes, it is. For me today, I spent almost 10 hours working, so 2 hours overtime. But was it difficult? Don't get me wrong, it is hard staying in front of computer for many hours, thinking, brainstorming ideas, finding solutions. But when I worked outside, manual labor, I worked for a roof construction company. When I worked overtime, for example, for 10 hours and deduct 30 minutes of lunch break, I was exhausted, like completely. My mind, okay, my brain was kind of fresh, but my body, I was unable to do anything. I couldn't work out that day, I couldn't go for a run, nothing. I just came back home, eat, and maybe watch a movie and sleep and repeat. That's horrible. With this job, yes, you are spending time in front of computer, but once you get up, you can get along with any activity. Your body is rest up, even though your mind is telling you, I'm tired, I want to chill, I want to relax. Okay, just overcome that feeling. For me today, I spent 10 hours working, and right after it, I changed up and proceed to do my workout session for today. Yesterday, I jumped on my indoor cycling trainer and did a 1.5 hour cardio session. So if you are doing manual labor, it is difficult. It is really hard to do other activities. But when you are in IT industry, you can you most likely can do many hours of working out, cycling, cardios during the week. So that's free time. And forgot to mention, there is this option to stay at home office, which is quite popular after COVID hit. And in my contract, I have 4 days at home. I can stay for 4 days in home and 1 day in office. There are people that can stay, for example, only 2 days, 1 day, but that doesn't matter. You can stay at home. That's the best benefit you can imagine. That's time. And then there is this third part, which is like creativity, or how would I say, the importance of your work. Since you are doing everything on the computer, you are not actually seeing the results immediately, even though, for example, you are developing websites. Yes, you write this HTML script and then you press press start, play, and the website pops out and you can scroll down the code, the website you've developed. That's great. You can see the results kind of immediately, but they are not tangible. You can't really feel the dopamine hit comparing to, for example, digging a hole. Hey, right? So you are digging a hole. Once it's finished, you can clearly see the hole is
Doug.
deep. But in IT development, in IT industry, there are many days where you are just coding, where you are scripting, when you are doing these repetitive tasks, and the outcome is close to none. You don't even see the results, nothing. Especially when you are on a meetings, when you are replying to emails, chatting, stuff like that. You don't get that feeling of accomplishment that you have managed to do something. So I don't want to scare you from going into IT industry, but nowadays everyone is talking about it. Everyone wants to be successful from abroad, from remote, all of these buzzwords, AI, drop shipping, I don't know. Everyone wants to be successful, of course, yes. And I don't want to scare you. I don't want to or even the opposite. I don't want to persuade you to go into the IT sector and try to earn money from it. I don't want to influence you in any way. I just want you to know, before selecting your job, or when you have already selected it, can you try and do something else as a side job, for example? Can you try, for example, when you have never worked outside, when you have never worked any manual job or a server, doesn't matter, but can you try that at least? Because it is really important to get that experience to work other jobs, because I have tried it, and all I can say is I gained great experiences with that, and I recommend it to everyone. Like, really, if I chose only this path of being an IT developer and never ever would I go to a roof company, working for under roof company, trying to be elected into municipal council member, also photographer. If I hadn't tried those, I wouldn't have ever been that successful in my life. The point is, try as many jobs as you can. Even though you are working like I am in a 9 to 5, you can always find time to try something else. I'm a photographer also. I really like to capture moments, so few times a year I go out and capture, for example, a wedding or some kind of a ceremony, I don't know. And that's how I can earn some side cash. But it's not about cash. I just like that activity, and it refreshes my mind. Also, I'm a municipal council member. I got elected 2 years ago, and still 2 years in front of me. And for example, that municipal council thing, I gained a lot of experience with talking to strangers, talking to people I don't know, being in front of many people, say whatever I want to say. Those are things that I would never learn without this possibility. I realized that I have skills that suits me more in software development than in other areas, and you can find that also. So don't be afraid, don't be scared, and you never know what the future brings.